Right, let's give this a minute to do its thing. Whoops. Well, usually helps if I don't mute myself. All right, so what's going on, boys and girls? This episode is of GameSphere is brought to you by DigitalOcean and Bitwarden. If you want more information on those sponsors for the entire network and the fantastic services they provide, you can go to the destination Linux.network and click on the sponsors tab, and you'll find out all the fun stuff there, like the awesome $100 that DigitalOcean will give you when you sign up. So, and it's an account credit, not in, they're not just giving you $100, but fantastic service. So there is that. Let's roll into actually trying to play this now, shall we? Now that I didn't, mute myself, which was, totally me on that one. Give me 1 second. I need to tweet a few things out. And then we'll be ready to explore this for a bit. Tweet. Go back. All right. Close that off. And into the game we go. General back. New game. Alright, RPG mode. Explore the tower and descend to the depths. 2 champions available at start. Remaining champions join during your exploration. Leveling is restricting by upgradable class building. Main quests are mandatory. Party alignment depends on critical choices. No starting resources. Okay, cool. So then we have RPG Lite. Customize your party as you wish. So it's for those who prefer to focus on combat and party building complete. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. Well, seeing how I'm more of a story guy, we're going to go with story. Then we're going to go start.
Our land is dying, and we are dying with it. This was not always the case. Artara was once a place of wonder and beauty. The 5 races thrived in peace and harmony. Then, long ago, something happened. A cataclysm of unimaginable proportions. Something so disastrous, we don't even have a name for it. For when it destroyed our civilization, it took with it all knowledge of history. The past is now lost to us. Our future is uncertain. We are left trapped in a bleak and dismal present. The land itself is our enemy now. The weather extreme and unpredictable. Droughts persist for several weeks, followed by floods that wash everything away. Yet our gravest problem is the lack of sunlight. Storm clouds shroud our world in everlasting twilight. Without the sun, we are unable to grow food, and so we struggle to survive this dark world, a seemingly hopeless battle. I look back now to when I was a young boy, living on the fringe of the human domain. While hunting for food, I stumbled upon ruins uncovered by a recent earthquake. A bad omen, normally avoided. But this time, something drew me in.
You drew me in. Now, what would that be? Is the question. So, the moving art style, like the kind of the cinematic motion comic stuff, I actually don't mind as a storytelling element. It's low budget, but it's low budget in a good way if your art's in a good style. And I like the style, and the voiceover works well for that. What is this place that looks different? So for those that don't know these style of games, this is going to be a lot of reading. And when I say a lot of reading, I mean a lot of reading. Oh, that's kind of dope. Didn't know that. As you process flicker life and it speaks. First Magus. How far can I explore is the question. So like the nice thing with these games is like there's little things like this, like the just kind of the art style that you will end up liking. Fears the gatekeeper trying back the masses have courage or destiny beckons. Come to me, the time's not. I would prefer not to, you know. Mysterious disembodied voices are never a good thing to, go running towards. Yeah, I'm just saying. Hey, Damon. Uh, this is very much done in the same way that a lot of the old Infinity Engine games were. So, for those that don't know, that's the traditional, what we call CRPG or computer RPG, and I don't mean console RPG. I mean, this overview is Diablo style overview. This is being played on Linux. This is available, I believe, for Mac, Windows, and Linux. Don't quote me on the Mac part. Guardians. Okay. So let's get some back history. Question is, how far can I actually explore? Nope, not very far, because now it's intro movie time. Uh, on top of being available on PC and the three major platforms there, I believe I'm not sure if you can get this on like PlayStation or Xbox. I know you can get this on the Switch though. I don't understand. For some day, many days from now, you will return to this tower and seek me within its depths. And on that day, when my power is recovered, we will talk again. Ooh, dun dun dun. It's Mr. Dosgeek. What's going on, Ryan? You tuning in to see if I'm going to be as bad as you at video games? So voice acting wise, there's not a whole lot of voice acting. The story is told through voice acting, like motion cutscenes and like this kind of stuff.
Descending the stairs led me to
But a lot of it's not
which glittered
in game. A lot of it's the reading. Which, again, some people like or dislike. It depends on your take.
As I took my place upon it, a sudden torrent of light enveloped me. The illumination overwhelmed my senses.
That just sounds like an excuse, Ryan. It sounds like you're tuning in to see if I'm gonna die as much as you would in a video game.
The throne ejected me to the floor. I fled and told no one what happened, for fear of
That's a bunch of lies, and you know it.
Banished from the village, for this was the way of my people. I tried to forget the experience, to convince myself it was my overactive imagination. But the visions that followed said otherwise. Every night, the nightmares came. Their torment highlighted my confusion, as each morning I remembered little, fragmented images, words which made no sense, nothing more. I would have thought myself mad, if not for the strange...
So I actually really like this way of storytelling, to give like backstory and backlog. It's not as much of an expedition dump as sometimes as you'd get in the normal game.
And I think they feared me. Over time, they learned to tolerate my unusual nature. But I was always alone, left.
But we can both agree, Michael is the worst gamer.
Fate. One winter, it all came flooding back to me. I realized the crystal throne sat not at the bottom of some ancient ruins, but at the top of a construction incomprehensible in scale. That the ruins were not ruins of some lost city or ancient castle, but a single massive tower buried deep within the earth, and buried upside down. Some unexplainable force
So in a way, the
had
thing
lifted
is
the
still,
construction into
the throne
sky,
is still at the bottom.
rotated it, and driven it into the ground.
Because if it was at the top, then it goes into the ground at the bottom.
I knew one
Nothing,
thing
nothing's
above all
different.
others. I had to go back to that place, for the power within was the one thing that could save Artara. Years later, I found myself a commander in the last human kingdom's militia. The king, a just man and good friend, granted me a favor for my years of loyal service. I had but one request: a small force of men and resources.
So
to return
my
to
understanding is
village
these
of
kind of
Artara.
exposition dumps aren't
Explore
very
the
often,
tower.
though.
Preoccupied by an eroding empire, the king held little interest in ancient ruins and towers. He did, however, see the reclaiming of a long-abandoned village on the border of an ever-shrinking kingdom as a boost to the people's morale. He gave me what I requested.
So, for
His
me,
blessing.
okay. Like I said, for me, I do like the
Returning
artwork
to the
that they're
very
using,
place which has haunted me my entire life.
and
It
the
is
music's
desolate place
like fantasy-esque, but it's not like
Time has not
overpowerful
been kind to
kind
my
of
village.
music.
Most of it has
It lets the voice kind of,
been washed
it complements the
away.
voice. It doesn't overpower
Yet
it like a lot of
tower remains
times that
just
you'll
as
get
I
that.
remember it. I am in awe of the power within, and perhaps fearful. The men and I are setting up the camp in the village, while Kane and Maev, two of my most capable warriors,
And Ryan,
scout the tower.
you're gonna like the potential catch-22. that I put myself in for the next charity stream.
We must find a way to reach the power within.
I was just saying, you reach the goal, there will be some Among Us being played, and I don't mean just video games Among Us. I mean the actual game, if we reach that goal. Green, healthy looking plants. Blah, 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 the profit potential. Not on this upcoming stream. That's if we make the goal, then I'll play it on the next one. But again, I gotta make the money first. Something tells me Rod's just gonna set aside a bunch of money. It was like, whatever it costs. Yes, the Tower of Time. Oh, Jesus, the worst gamer on the site. Hi, Michael. Hey, Jill. Oh, no. See, Ryan, here's the thing. If you want me to play Among Us, then you're just going to have to, raise the money. Yeah, we're giving it to charity after all. I'm not seeing any of it. So the best way to do it is, donate. Just saying. So for those that don't know the details that were just recently well, she's better than all three of us, so it's perfectly fine. So for those that don't know the details, on June 20th at 9 a.m., which is a Monday, I will be doing a 24-hour live stream for Cure, which is a group that worries about trying to come up with a cure for epilepsy and whatnot. There's kind of a personal touch there. For those that don't know, my brother suffered from epilepsy. He ended up having 14 seizures in 18 months, went through cardiac arrest and a bunch of other stuff. Ended up dying from it. So there's a big personal connection there. But I do like the mission statement of these guys to help educate and find a cure for wrong kind of charity ride. So I do have a personal connection with a lot of this kind of charity stuff as far as my reasons for wanting to do it.
Right between the eyes.
'And I'm pretty sure the answer is a no to the charity on those guys there, Ryan.
Unleash hell.
%, enemy defeated. Yay! Now let's take all the loot. Yes, I know. Darn, I didn't die, right? Ryan, it's okay. I made plenty of jokes about you on this episode of Linux Out Loud, so you know I LOL'd at your expense. DPS. Do, do, do. Uh, Ryan, that little box that you sent for Jill's for Wendy's microphone that she was looking at, the self-contained unit. She said it was big enough to, the hide her face behind. I said, so that's probably why Ryan got it, so that way his camera would stop, shutting off automatically as soon as he turns it on. Das Geek's always unsupervised. He just doesn't make it seem that way. Don't let him fool you. It might be rude, Ryan, but it doesn't make it any less true. One of the things I did like about this game, though, was the fact that the developers were so active in keeping it updated. I believe 2020 was the last time they actually updated this game, which is to me amazing. That's all over 2 years of support.
I never miss.
Affirmative.
Okay, Ryan, you can stop lying about being an angel there, Buckshot.
Yes.
I mean, no one's gonna believe you anyway, so it's okay.
My lord.
Yeah, David, you can get it on. This is being played on Linux on PC, but you can get it for Switch as well.
Unleash hell.
And it is a rated teen game, so for those that are wondering the rating.
My blade is yours to command. Will do.
So I guess that would make Ryan a dark one then? I mean, I'm just saying. Well, I mean, Ryan, it's you, so I'm gonna do everything I can to, ha 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 in your face. I mean, I don't want to. I'm not gonna give you like this weird ammunition thing. I'm not that silly, thanks. I mean, like I said, personally, I'm gonna say Ryan's at fault here. Way to go, Ryan. All right, let's see. Statue. What you got? Second guardian has been alerted. Blah blah blah. Yeah, Ryan, that ain't gonna happen. I don't even think Jill has enough power for that. I'm just saying. No, the flaw. There is one flaw. Ryan. Ryan's involved in it. That's the problem. So I do like the atmosphere that this game gives off. That there's enough color to it without making it feel like, well, Diablo 3, which I'm not a biggest fan of. Wasn't a big fan of that cartoony art style. Honestly, to me, this is more Diablo 3 than Diablo 3 was. Hey, Cat Daddy. Welcome to the stream. Don't encourage him, Jill. I know you're supposed to be the positive one, but come on now. Lying is bad. Oh. Oh, this ought to be fun. Fight, sure.
At your service.
David, you can usually find this usually goes on sale quite frequently. Steam usually has it from anywhere from $6 to $8 when it's on sale. Normally it goes for about 25. This is much more story heavy than any of the Diablo games, though. I will say that. The combat does take some getting used to as well.
Yes.
So this is gonna be one of those games that somebody will either like or hate. There's really no in between.
My lord. My command.
Between me.
Down, down he goes, down he goes. This is, like I said, this is available on Mac, Windows, insert Linux distro, and Switch. I'm not sure about Xbox or PlayStation though. One thing I will mention, personally for me, I went with the GOG version just because of the context of the game, single player focused game, etc., etc. That was just my choice. Use whatever, obviously, service and whatnot you would prefer to use. For me, most of my single player games, I tend to float more towards the GOG end of games. And Ryan, yeah, you're not going to get through those pearly gates, bro. Like, there's just not, nah, that's not happening. So, and they game's too new for you, so you have no interest in it. This is Linux native. I will give you that though. Uh, the they Event Horizon, the guys that are making these particular games, they do have another game. So they have a new game coming out called Dark Envoy, however you want to pronounce that. That particular game is this, but set in like a sci-fi setting, so more space siege type game, which I'm all about. And from my understanding, they're putting out a Linux version as well. So if it's anything like this game, I definitely look forward to seeing it. If we're here, we'll find it. Just give the command. Hold on a second. Okay. Again, Nate, it's going to be too new, so you're going to have no interest in it. We've already been over this. Anything before like 1995 is too new for you. Down the stairs we go. Okay. Do-do-do. Yeah, I wasn't kidding about the story heavy factor. Like, in the least. Let's see. Speed. Upgrade that, upgrade that. The other character, they have 3 points. Might, speed, life. Proof. Pixelated graphics. Anything above like 256 in color is too much for him. Down, down, down we go. So this is a very involved game once you actually get into it, from what I've seen. And the reviews that I have looked at for it. It is not a short game. I've heard anywhere from 40 to 50 hours for main quest, but that's a take your pick. You'll get as much out of it as you want. Fast travel and using teleporters. City icons. Nope. Who are you? Good champions are some of the appearance of a strange hooded woman with metallic wings, blue light shines from her eyes. Crystals embedded through her body. Tower avatar, who are you? So you're an embodiment of the tower. Okay, interesting. Okay, get to combat, please. Fountains. Okay, so fountain. One of your heroes may drink from the fountain. So. Nate is too new for King's Quest. Like I said, too new for King's Quest. Though in fairness, they did do a remake or a remaster, a retelling of King's Quest, if I remember mistaken. And to answer your question, it's a little more than just with slightly better graphics. This is what 7. That's you. Combat. White, of course.
Yes, my lord.
Ew.
I never miss.
Yes. Affirmative.
Unleash hell.
Nate, anything made in the last 30 years is slightly new to you.
Yes.
Fire.
Right between the eyes.
Yes, my lord. Into position.
I mean, personally, I'm just going to say it's on Ryan.
Will do.
Of course.
Right, Nate? I'm going to blame you or Ryan. No, Nate, the 90s were almost 30 years ago, bro. Hate to break the news to you. David, you're not probably wrong. Oh, I know you do. That's why I always pass the blame back off on to Ryan. I mean, come on. We're not going to be silly here. Uh-oh. Hoodie guy's never good. I do love the fact that the guy's name is Kane. Just spelt differently. If that's not an homage to Diablo, I don't know what it is. Let's need to upgrade the class building, which increases level capital. Champions created. That's an interesting mechanic. So instead of traditional leveling up, you have buildings where you get trained at. All right. So, and the nice thing is you can save the game at any point in time. Back. Exit the main menu. Yes. So there you have Tower of Time. That's just a kind of an introductory through the tutorials and all that stuff, but give you a taste of the music, kind of the combat, the sound. The leveling up system's a little more complicated. There are systems once you get deeper into the game that are more complicated than easy, but I love this game. I think the developers did a fantastic job. They supported a single player game for over 2.5 years before finally calling it stable and flat and done and up. That is support that I love to see. Graphically, I like the game's graphics. You can tell the budget, but the aesthetic compensates for the lack of like high fidelity, oh my god, OMG type graphics. Music is minimal but fits with the setting. The voice acting for the cutscenes is fine. The deep, dark, mysterious narrator. But other than that, this game to me is a probably an 8 out of 10 thus far. I will definitely keep playing this. I just gotta be left alone and have time to actually play it. So, any questions from you guys before we wrap up here in the next 4 or 5 minutes? And so, for those that didn't hear early in the stream, I will be doing a 24-hour charity live stream on June 20th, which is a Monday, starting at 9 a.m. And I'll be doing it for Cure, which is a organization that deals with looking for a cure for epilepsy. Kind of a personal goal there. For those that don't know, quick story: I do have a kind of a horse in that game because my brother died from it. So he had 14 seizures in 18 months and ended up going into cardiac arrest while having a seizure, and just ended up passing away. So there is definitely a personal connection there, and that is great work that I want to see this organization help fix that particular issue and the lack of funding and stuff that we see on epilepsy research. So the goal, I'm thinking, is somewhere between $1,500 to $1,000. And if we reach whatever that goal may be, the next charity stream I do, I'll play Among Us. And I don't mean just video games of Among Us. I will literally play the game Among Us. And as anybody who's followed this channel knows, I avoid that like the plague. Call it incentive. So pass that around. We'll be plugging that particular charity stream for the next couple of episodes. Well, for a bit, honestly. And we'll be promoting the stream for the next couple of episodes, next 2 months or so. Just poking out there to get the community involved and that kind of stuff. So this is the gauntlet being thrown down and throwing it in people like Nate's face and saying, okay, you guys want me to play? Well, here's your chance. So we will see how that goes. I can only imagine how many lenses Wendy will be selling to throw some money towards this. I don't know who will be into it more, Wendy or Nate, to be brutally honest. But, alright guys, so that is it for this particular stream. I will catch you guys next week. Next week will probably have to be moved. My work schedule is kind of in a weird spot right now, but we'll be looking probably. I might not have to move it this week, but there will be a week coming up that I will have to move the stream. So next week it should be 9 p.m. Eastern, same time. I will be posting a forum post and a YouTube community post so you guys can vote on what you guys want me to see me play. Didn't really have enough time to really give you guys that this week. So make sure you stop by the DLM merch store, buy some awesome, swag for each of your shows that you like and want to support, that help support the network. You can get awesome things like I paused my game to be here t-shirt and posters and that kind of stuff, mugs. So I will catch you guys on the next episode of GameSphere and next week. All right, bye.